Questions. We literally just saw that Nadia was ruled out for today. Is that a serious thing, or is it more day-to-day?
Yeah, no, more day-to-day. She came in this morning. Performance team got a look at her and just decided it'd be best to sit this one out.
Feel okay about maybe Monday, Minnesota?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Now that, I mean, obviously with her out there, you're kind of going to keep the same, but now you've gotten a few games looking at that starting unit with Sarah Ashley in there, and you said you were kind of just looking at that for a few games to see how it looked. What do you think of it now?
Yeah, I think we saw it just with that stretch in that second quarter SA had in that Vegas game. That was an incredible stretch, and I think I've liked what I've seen from that starting group together, and I think bench groups have been really good too. So it hasn't necessarily impacted our second unit. I think it's more been other things as a team which are more pressing, such as the defensive rebounding, etc. So yeah, I like where we're at with that.
I mean, talking about defensive rebounding, rebounds obviously were a point of emphasis after the last game. How did practice go? Just trying to work on different areas that you're trying to improve when it comes to that?
Yeah, so haven't had a chance to practice since that last game. So we just had a recovery day yesterday, but we watched film on basically one section, and it was just the rebounding. So just to really kind of drum that message home, instead of kind of having mixed intentions, we literally just watched 9 clips, really kind of doubled down on that, and then we put the Dallas Scout on. So I think it's an interesting one on the rebounding side, because I think tactically there's like a very finite number of solutions you can use schematically. It's not like how we approach our team offense and our team defense, when there's so much scope to refine and pick your principles of play. I think with rebounding, a lot of it is personnel driven. And we kind of did this deep dive. It's really interesting. After the 12th game of the W season historically, teams typically, the average kind of movement defensive rebounding is 2 spots. So it means we've got to work even harder to get out of 14th in the league right now, and just keep emphasizing our frontal hits. It's the idea of no high school box outs. We need to turn, get a frontal hit, and make sure all 5 are committed to the glass.
What are you seeing from your scouting of Dallas what kind of unique challenges do they present? I mean, they are a bit smaller front court wise as well.
Yeah, I think just the amount of shooting they have out there. So, even with Paige out, there's still we have to defend the 3-point line really well with all the hot shooters they have. And I think the playbook it's a lot of different sets and a lot of off-ball actions. So it's just a case of how we can make sure we do a good job with the basics of how we're guarding those, and then when they're playing through Jess Shepard in the hub in those trail actions, making sure we're just as good with DHO, gets, etc. So I think some unique things they're doing just with the combination of a big playbook and then how they're using Jess, but feel good about our defense and the matchups.
I was going to ask you about Jess. Like, she seems to have taken quite the leap, and you mentioned some of the unique ways that they're using her. What are you seeing that Dallas is doing differently than how she was used in Minnesota? And her rebounding has been insane.
Yeah, I really like Jess. I watched a lot of her kind of over the last year preparing for this. So I think it's always the case of just sometimes players get more touches in certain actions, and I think that's the case now. I think she always kind of show what's there in Minnesota, but naturally they had so much talent on that team. I think it's and yeah, she's been playing really well. It's not just the rebounding. I think that's always been there, but it's really doing a really good kind of playmaking as a 5 in that trail position. So it means we've got to be even more committed to our coverages tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks everyone.